YouTubers, like myself, are very critical of the WWE creative, especially lately because it's kind of sucked. But it's easy to be critical. What if we had to be the ones with the creative hats on and everybody could be critical of our ideas? Well, that's what we're going to do today. Saturday Night Main Event is this Saturday, and I'm going to give you one good booking idea and one bad booking idea for said event on Saturday, and you can be as critical as you want for my ideas. Now, I'm not going to say that every single one of my ideas should happen on Saturday. Maybe I am. I don't know. We shall see. But I definitely don't want the bad ideas. I'm gonna have one way to ruin the event and one way to just make the event awesome and spectacular. So feel free to be as critical to me as I am to WWE. We'll start off with the World Heavyweight Championship. The bad idea, we'll start with bad. The bad idea is we had 23 super kicks from Jey Uso, and CM Punk is down. 1, 2, and then a hooded figure pulls Jey out, and it's Jimmy Uso. Jimmy has turned heel on Jey, just like he did in SummerSlam 2023. No, thank you. No, thank you. Let's not repeat that, because Jimmy Uso didn't really have a good reason back then, and even now his reason would be kind of lame. Now, Jey Uso could go heel, but Jimmy can't be the one that does it this time. So that's the bad idea. What's the good idea? The good idea, you're gonna hate me for this one, but hear me out. You gotta listen to the whole idea, because it gets better and better and better. Because at first you're like, oh no, I don't want that. So Jey versus CM Punk, right? And they're fighting 23 super kicks, whatever, I don't care, because at some point, the Brawns are going to attack. The Brawns are going to decimate. We're going to have 23 tsunamis, how about that, and 23 spears. They are just going to be laid out, and they're going to be stretchered to the back. No contest. And I know, you're like, oh God, I hate this. Wait, I said wait. So now it's a no contest, right? We go to Raw, and this is what's going to be declared. We're going to have a Deadly Games tournament at Survivor Series or some other event. I would like it for it to be Survivor Series, because we did that way back when, in 1998, I believe. But I do understand we got to get War Games in, even though I actually don't understand. Maybe we could just do a female War Games matchup if we have to have it, but we could do a men's tournament for the world champion. I'm not done yet. So we're going to have a tournament for the world championship. And guess who's going to enter it? Boo, boo, doo, boo! John Cena. And yes, I say, let John go all the way to the finals and win. And that way we get like 3 matches. We can literally get like 3 or 2, maybe at least 2 matches from John Cena in one night. That like ticks off so many boxes. We get multiple matches that might not happen on a regular basis. We could get Finn Balor versus John Cena in the first round. We could have Sheamus. Or what about Grande Americano? How hilarious would it be if Grande fought John Cena? Who knows? Maybe even Juan Cena made an appearance. But yeah, so John Cena, then he wins the World Heavyweight Championship, and then he can lose it. He can lose it 3 matches later, because he only has 4 appearances left. So yeah, win-win. Plus, we never have to talk about that WrestleMania 41 match where he won and broke the record of 17, because now he's the unseen 18. Plus, I'm not done. What about the Brawns? What about their punishment for disrupting this World Championship match? Here we go. We're going to have Adam Pearce say, you know what? I traded Bronson Reed to SmackDown, and that is their punishment. He's like, I'm tired of you guys just disrupting everything, and he breaks them apart. How amazing would that be? And why is that good? Why is that good? Because for some reason, Triple H can only book one of them to be strong. When Bronson Reed was stealing the shoes from Roman Reigns, Braun Breaker had to step back. When Braun Breaker decimated Seth freaking Rollins, Bronson Reed had to step back. So let's split them up. We can have Bronson Reed on a tear on SmackDown and Braun Breaker on a tear here. And then it's not even like one had to go babyface. One had to turn on the other. No, it was just because they were causing too much chaos. And that right there. There's so much good that could come out of this. So boom, book that. That would be must-see TV. And don't worry, though. You wouldn't have to enter the tournament in order to win a world championship like John Cena would. In fact, all you would have to do to win this world championship is comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, ding, 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 notification, and boom, you are entered in a contest that once I hit 20,000 subscribers on my quest to quit my day job, you can win said title on said shoulder. And guess what, boys and girls? It's not a toy. It's a replica. All right, so let's do the Jade Cargill Tiffany Stratton match. The con here would be like the bad booking. Literally, Tiffany Stratton wins. She wins clean again, just like she did at SummerSlam. She wins clean, and then Jade Cargill continues to want rematches and get rematches. And I just would be like, why did we turn her heel? Why did we turn her heel? So literally, this one's straightforward. Tiffany wins, and the feud somehow continues. Okay, so how do we make it good? What's the good, the juicy? We have Jade Cargill win. We don't need to go crazy on this one. Honestly, it's pretty straightforward. You have someone turned heel, and now she has an edge, and she can go after and win a title. Why else would you turn heel if you're not gonna strap the rocket on you? Give them momentum and give them justification for turning. I turned heel to win the belt. I won the belt, and so yeah, Jade just wins. Jade just wins. But this is what I would do after the fact. This would be the cherry on top. Jade then grabs the microphone and says, Naomi. She calls out Naomi. She's like, I understand now why you did what you did. We're good. We're good. And then she says, but everybody else on the roster, we're not. So, yeah. And then she just drops the mic. Boom, right there. Maybe we could pull in some of the Naomi supporters onto the Jade Cargill bandwagon as a heel. Because Naomi was a heel, and now we have Jade as a heel. And that's it. And then Jade can be a dominant champion, where Bianca will be the eventual person to knock her off her pedestal at WrestleMania. But yeah, right there. Boom. Next up is Dominic Penta Rusev. The bad idea. This is the bad idea. Remember me saying bad. Sometimes not sometimes, always. There's always at least one person who will be like, I don't like that idea. And it's what they're referring to my bad idea. And I'm like, yes, I didn't like the idea either. That's the point. So we have a double pin. At some point, somehow, Rusev and Penta both pin Dominic Mysterio at the same exact time, and we do a split championship. And this has a precedence where Jericho and Chyna actually were dual champions of the Intercontinental Championship way back when, and we do that here. And I would hate that. I mean, I'm sure it would lead to some funny moments, but I don't want that at all. One champion, so please don't. Please don't. So what do we do to make this one good? Honestly, this one is pretty straightforward. You don't have to really do anything with it either. Sometimes we can overbook a situation. Like, we can have the Grandes come out from now until, Survivor Series, but why? We don't need to. This is a triple threat. It's already no DQ. Dominic should be cheating the whole way through. I would say if I had to come up with some kind of creative finish, maybe like untie Penta's mask where it comes off. He has to cover himself. We get a Masha kick, and then somehow, some way, Dominic steals the pin right here. It's just underhandedness, and this is Dominic's wheelhouse. I don't even think we need to have a lot of interference. I don't mind a lot of interference with Dominic matches, but we can save it because it's a triple threat. No DQ. That's all we need to do. We could have, who knows, we could have them brawl to the back. What if they brawl to the back for a little bit to change it up, right? A matchup. And Dominic, locks Rusev away. He locks him into a bathroom or something. He had set up a trap for him, and then they go back in the ring, and that's when he undoes Penta's mask, and Penta hides himself. 1, 2, 3. That's it. That's all we gotta do. You don't need to reinvent the wheel every single time. Perfect right there. Dom wins through his underhandedness. So now we only have one match left. It's Cody and Drew, but I have two matches that I think could happen, so let's just talk about them real quick. We have Melo versus The Miz. I think this might happen. If Melo loses, that sucks. That just plain out sucks, and I would hate that. But we could even go one step further. Let's have Melo win, and then he shakes the hand of The Miz, and he's like, I respect you. Thank you for everything. Nope, don't need that. I want cocky Melo. I want cocky Melo, who's better than everybody, who's the next big thing, who's him. Like, let's keep the respect out of this. So please, no respect whatsoever. Now, how would I book it? If, for the good, I would literally have Melo win, and he would go to shake Miz's hand, just like I just said. However, the difference is, when Miz goes to shake it, Melo does, whoop, sake, and he walks away. And tell you what, though, I wouldn't mind if Miz kind of smirked, and their feud was done after this, but Miz kind of smirked and was just like, yeah, I see, you can tell that he sees a lot of his younger self in Melo, and they go their separate ways. So then you can kind of have some respect there with Melo still kind of not respecting. So that's how I would do it. Pretty straightforward. Melo wins, but like whatever path they take, it could easily go the bad route. No respect. Now let's do the MFTs versus the Wyatts. I think it would be bad if the Wyatts just steamrolled the MFTs. For one, I highly doubt that Uncle Howdy Bo Dallas is going to be present because his father IRS is actually in hospice. So everybody have a good thought for Mike Rotunda. I loved IRS. I was one of the few people that actually liked IRS back in the day. I thought he was such a good villain. Absolutely nobody liked that guy except for me. But because he's the IRS, nobody likes the tax guy. So not like they hated Mike Rotunda as a person. But anyways, hopefully he pulls out of it. Hopefully he can kick out. But yeah, so I don't think Bo Dallas would be here. And then if the Wyatts still ended up winning, it would just be bad. They just started getting some of their aura back. We got to be very careful to protect the MFTs if we do want them to be considered a threat. But the way to make this good, solid booking is to have the MFTs win. I don't care who it is. I would prefer it to be Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga because they were the Girls of Destiny in New Japan. But it seems it's going to be JC Mateo, hate that name, and Tama Tonga. Whatever the case may be, they win. But the cool stuff happens after the fact is that Uncle Howdy, when he is able to return and his family business is like taken care of, but when Uncle Howdy is able to return, Uncle Howdy is super mad and upset. Let's see Uncle Howdy actually act kind of like a spooky, demonic character in that he will punish Joe Gacy and he will punish Dexter Lumis, but they will take that punishment. It should be uncomfortable where Bo Dallas is like, we're like, ooh, Bo, we thought you were kind of a good guy, but apparently you got this really dark side, which he should have, a dark side of him. Look at them. And we see, though, that Dexter and Joe are just taking it. They're taking the abuse because they know that they failed. I think that would be cool. And then they can pick themselves up and go back after the MFTs and have a feud. So there you go. That's that one right there. And it would be very reminiscent of the Undertaker's Ministry of Darkness, where they're kind of cool, but they will still do very bad things to other people and themselves. So now let's do Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. You want to ruin it? The first thing to do to ruin any Drew McIntyre match for me, just like straight up, it will just ruin it. Roll up victory. 1, 2, 3. Hate that. Also, if Brock Lesnar came out for this, and interfered, God, please no. I'm sorry. I do know that there's some of you who still like Brock Lesnar, and I'm just over it. I'm just over him. The same exact match since what, 2014. It's like if it was anybody else having that, if like Cody Rhodes had the same exact match since for 2 years even, people would be like all over him. But when Brock does this, it's fine. Like no, I'm just over it. So I don't want Brock to come out and just cost Cody the match, or even if Cody wins, even worse, Cody wins. And then Brock does what he did at SummerSlam. He comes out and then he just F5s him. And that sets up the next program between Cody and Brock. Maybe I would be okay if Brock came out and cost Cody the championship. Like, I might be okay with that. That might be the only way I'm okay with a Brock Lesnar appearance. But yeah, if bad idea, Cody wins, Brock comes out, F5s him, and that sets off the next program. Now, what's the good idea? The good idea is Drew McIntyre wins. And he wins clean. Like, what? I know. Once upon a time, we let this guy carry the company on his back during the pandemic. What if we did it again? Let him, give him a shot at it just for a little bit. Like, his character could kind of use it. Character could kind of use it. If we wanted to bring out Randy Orton to make this happen, I'd be okay with it, but I would much rather this be just a clean victory for Drew to be able to come out and say, just smug, and or you know what? We could do something where the referee doesn't see. You could have Cody do a visual pin on Drew, but the ref doesn't see it. So then Cody could be like, "What? But I pinned you." And then Drew, because Drew's a hypocritical character, he could say, "Yeah, well, that happened at WrestlePalooza, so don't worry about it." Now, when it's convenient for Drew, then it's okay for it to happen, and that's what we should just do there. That's your positive booking. Let Cody get a visual pin on Drew, but the ref doesn't see it, and Drew will eventually win. I say we do that. We don't even need Brock or Randy to interfere, because let's not overbook it. Right there is your justification for Cody, and Drew gets to continue on. Maybe then Brock can come, all right? Or better yet, Randy comes, where Drew just he wins the championship, he leaves, Cody's all like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I lost," and then Randy comes and punt kicks him. Yeah, let's do that right there. Boom, love it. So all right, boys, all right, girls, that's how I ruined Saturday night's main event, and that's how I improved it or made it, or how I would book it. So please be as critical as you want on my ideas. Let me know in the comments below. And you boys, you girls, have a great day. See you for SmackDown Saturday night's main event. We'll do hot takes for both, and yeah, see you. Bye.